Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at an expansion for a game called Dia de Dead, and that expansion is called the Xolo Expansion. Dia of the Dead Xolo Expansion is designed by Mark Stockton Pitt, published by Radical 8 Games, plays 2 to 6 players, 2 to 5 players, 5 players, and plays 45 to 60 minutes. And what this expansion is going to do is it's going to give you more stuff, more good stuff for an already good game. It's going to add 4 additional little boards, some additional tokens, a cute little dog, a new casket tile that's going to give one of the caskets a special power, and just give you more things to think about on your turn and what you're doing, and more ways to manipulate dice, get dice, and all that kind of thing. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table, check it out. Alright, so here is a game of Die of the Dead, all set up with the Xolo expansion, Xolo. Now, I'm not going to go through how this game plays, but I want to tell you what changes here, because I've done a video on Die of the Dead before. So let's talk about some of the changes. So the first change is you can see there's an additional board under each of the caskets. This is going to represent the little Xolo dog and the Xolo tokens. And there's also an additional casket board, I think 2 of them actually, that comes with the third casket, casket number 3, to give you some different special abilities. And then there's also Xolo tokens, which are these little cute little dog tokens that'll start out wherever we started this dog here, which I think was there. And you're going to play with 1 additional of these tokens per the number of players. Normally, I think in a 2 or 3 player game it's 2, but now we'll have 3, and each player can hold 3 tokens. All right, so that's a bit of the differences. Now, the game's going to play mostly the same, except one difference. If you shake the casket where the Xolo dog is, so here, if I shake this casket, I do the ability like normal, so do all this stuff, and then I get to take this dog, so say it's blue player's turn, they'll take the dog, and they'll take all the tokens associated on that board. Then, when they're done, they will take the dog, and they'll put it on a different board, or the same board, wherever they want to, and add one of these tokens to that board. Now, what do these tokens do? When a casket is opened, you are able to spend a Xolo token and take an action. So if I have this token, someone opens casket number 1, I can spend one of my Xolo tokens to use the special ability of this one, which is change a soul from a 1 to, or from change a soul to a 1 or a 6. Or if I wanted to do this one, I can prepare a soul if someone opens that one. That kind of thing. And that's the difference that's going to be happening here. The game plays exactly the same as before. It's just going to add a little bit more flavor, a little bit more stuff to think about, and some more options on your turn. And each of these Xolo boards are double-sided as well to give you even more variety. So similar game mechanisms, similar gameplay, just a little bit more to think about with the little Xolo dog and the Xolo tokens. So that is Die of the Dead, the Xolo expansion. Let's go to the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was the Xolo expansion. Again, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I'm going to keep calling it Xolo because like xylophone, that makes sense. Now, this is a prototype, so I'm not going to show you any of the components. Everything I had, you saw. It's just cardboard bits, the cute little dog, and tokens. And there is, in this expansion, I believe, another module, which is called the Ofrenda module. And it's going to give you some different dice that you're going to be able to use. But I didn't have those dice in my prototype, so I couldn't play that. So I'm only talking about the Xolo expansion, because that's the one I've been able to play. So I like Die of the Dead. I like the shaking of the dice. I like the memory aspect of trying to remember what's in each of the caskets and all that kind of thing. Coffins, whatever, caskets, whatever. You know, the things you shake the dice in. But this just takes that game and gives it more depth. So now, instead of just knowing, you know, what my 4 different types of tokens can do that are in the base game, now I have the Xolo section of each of those little boards that I can use those tokens to help manipulate dice, get dice, all that kind of thing, to help me get up the stairs before everybody else. that's it. It doesn't change the base game around. It doesn't make it any more difficult to teach. It just adds more goodies to an already good game. So, yeah, I dig it. So that is the Xolo expansion for Dia of the Dead from Radical 8 Games. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.